Are they going to introduce the players or anything? It's too late for them.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Holliston High School girls softball. This is the 2024 season, and you are here listening and watching your Holliston Panthers as they are taking on the Westwood Wolverines today. Today's broadcast is brought to you, of course, by the Holliston Hub, formerly known as HCAT, by your executive producer, Bruce Guilfoy, who is also the director of Holliston Hub. He is here today. And your host for tonight's broadcast is, I'm John Drohan, and of course, my esteemed colleague and the grand wizard of all, and the great leader of all soccer in Holliston, that would be John Marshall, also my father-in-law. John Marshall, how are you today?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you. Yes, we're beginning to start all over again.
It is. It's the beginning of the season. It's a lovely afternoon here at Committee and Field. Holliston is coming in. They've started the season with their first home game, which was on Tuesday, in a 3-0 victory. So Holliston is coming off a big win, and Westwood, of course, is one of the most notoriously tough teams that Holliston will play. Always good, pretty much in every sport. So Westwood is always comes ready to play. So Holliston, of course, is coached by Brielle Chadsey. Brielle Chadsey is, of course, a championship coach. Took Holliston to the championship back in 2019. Coach Chadsey, I got a chance to talk to her a little bit before the game, and she says she's very happy with this team. They're a very upbeat team. A lot of young players, a lot of turnover, and she's very psyched about it. Westwood, of course, is coached by Coach Seth Lukash. Talked to Coach Lukash a little bit before the game as well. He said his team's ready to go. Had a very strong preseason, so looks like they're going to have they're going to have their work cut out for them here in Holliston on Committee and Field, as Westwood, as they usually do, they always come ready to play. Holliston, of course, is in their crimson red, and Westwood is in the visiting white with the green letters, the notoriously green Westwood colors. So here we go, we're underway. Ball down in Holliston's end. Let's look at some of the Holliston players as the ball goes out. Holliston, of course, is held in the back by junior Kira Lucas. Not to be confused with Brad Lucas, who's her dad. We'll talk a little bit more about the Holliston senior softball connection here. Kira's playing the keeper. Defender on the right side, we have Claire Fitzgerald, number 1. On the left side, we have sophomore Emerson Arsenault. She's new this year, or new to the varsity starting lineup. Coach Chadsey's high hopes for her. And here goes Holliston. Holliston has one of the big names back, and there she is. Ball's free, and it comes through. Almost there to make a play on that was Kaylee McDonald, senior captain. Kaylee McDonald, who was the leading scorer last year for Holliston, right up there with Paige Kutchman, who is defending right there. Coach Chadsey talked to me earlier in the game and said that Westwood, it looks like, and I didn't get a chance to see it. I want you to take a look at this, John. Is Westwood maybe playing 2 up as opposed to the single strike? So we'll see if we can identify that formation. Yeah. Although right now it looks like they have 1 striker. It looks like.
Well, it's a start. This is the first game, and it's. They're all over the place right now. So you got to give it a little time to see how they adjust. Yeah, they are playing with 2 up, but you could also say Holliston's doing the same thing. But I don't see at this point in time. I don't see anything strategic being developing here. It's just people trying to find their feet for the first game.
This is why we have you here. You need to be the one to identify any strategic things that are happening. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to identify the people, what their numbers are. So the ball goes out. We're underway. The teams are starting to feel one another out as far as where everybody's position. Looking at the Westwood keeper, looks like it's Sophia Bertone. She's a sophomore. She's the starting keeper for Westwood. So we'll keep an eye on her and see if she gets any action from Holliston. Ball in. That looks like number 22. Is that number 20? That's Kate McCarran. So Kate McCarran, Holliston shot in this. Oh, just wide of the post. They're trying to identify McCarran. The ball gets played in.
Yeah,
that looked like Ainsley Doniger. Yep, it was. It sure was. Ainsley Doniger, senior, a shot just wide of the left post.
But I think that pass came from that number 22 you were talking about, actually.
22. So Kate McCarran,
she made the
freshman,
really.
McCarran with a ball in.
Yeah.
Made a nice ball in, and Doniger, quite frankly, Doniger should have scored that. She had a wide open shot, had a lot of room on that outside, and just put it outside the post. Doniger last year was a dominant force for Holliston throughout the season. She's playing on the outside, but last year she played inside as well as a back. As a midfielder, as an attacking midfielder. She handles the ball well. She has very, very good feet, very good field sense, and she just wasn't able to get enough on it and just put it wide. So up front, as we said, we have Kaylee McDonald, the senior, and then back from injury this year is number 17, Anya Holden, playing alongside her sister, Hannah Holden. So Hannah is a sophomore, Anya is a senior. Anya was injured for pretty much all of last season, early on at a knee injury, and she's back, and that is a huge, huge lift for Holliston. Coach said she may have some limited play today as she's still trying to get back in shape, but a long time recovering, but great to see Holden back there again. Of course, in the center, we have center back. We have number 20, Lila Bausch. She's a senior captain as well. Bausch is a 3-year starter. McCarran goes up, can't get a foot on it, and she falls, but there's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, another 3-year starter here for Holliston, playing that right back. That's Fitzgerald, number 1. Holden looks like she was offsides. I think that was the call. Westwood moving quickly, and there's a ball through, and it's a foot race. Bausch is there. Bausch plays back to Lucas. Lucas plays aside, but misses it. Ball comes in, and Bausch is there again. That was number 14, Lindsay Bannister. Lindsay Bannister was causing a lot of trouble out in front of there, and Bausch was able to get a body on her, and Bannister's shot was just inside the post, and nothing. Bausch, go ahead.
Well, I kind of like the way they build up, the way the defender had no hesitation of passing it back to the goalkeeper, but unfortunately it went a bit screwball from there. But I hope they don't stop doing that kind of thing, because it's the fluidity of the game that makes all the difference. I mean, you've got to realise that you're on the attack when you got the ball, no matter where it is, whether it's your own half or whether it's up in their half. And she demonstrated that. She had somebody up her back, and she calmly placed it back to the goalkeeper. And under normal circumstances, it would be fine. But that's still the correct thing to do, and that's I like to see that fluid play taking place.
Right, because that's the change, right? If I'm able to play back and continue, right, with the operational word being fluidity as opposed to trying to turn it.
Like the game these days is not stationary. It's the whole team goes backward and forward with one another. And too many times you just don't see that. You see like the backs stay back and the forwards go forward, and they separate. But you really got to have everything moving up together. And Holliston seem actually at this moment to be doing that, which is really, really good.
Some more trouble again, but it looks like Lucas is there. So Arsenal on the backside was able to help. Talking to the coach before the game, she had said that she's not afraid to push those backs up, where we'd seen in the past. Well, yeah, that's always been that. To me, that's always been a fault. But if that's been, if they've come to that realization, this is where they got to go. I'm glad to see that. And it depends on the player too, right? You have to have the right people. They have to be able to do that.
You do.
Bausch again tries to push it forward as Holden. There's McCarron. Another nice ball with McCarron.
She's a freshman, that girl, huh?
McCarron is a freshman. She's the daughter of Tim McCarron, who's also a he is a. When we talk more about, we'll talk about him a little bit more in the Holliston Senior Softball Connection. Today's game is, of course, sponsored by the Holliston Senior Softball League. We're going to talk more about sponsorships as well for all of you who are interested in sponsorship here on the Holliston Hub. I've got great news for you. Great news. Groundbreaking news. We'll talk more about that at the break. Holden with the ball up front. Oh, and Holden is such a force as a striker. And as a freshman, when she was there, she was always such a dominant force in the middle. The ball would come to her. She'd control it. She would control defenders. She could have multiple defenders trying to take the ball off her, and she controls the ball so well. Nice to see. I mean, adds such an element to the offense, that stability of that striker, and she plays with the ball with the goal to her back. So once again, Holliston trying to sort through this, like some Westwood action on the right-hand side. So Westwood starters we have today. Harper Morrison, number 24, she's a captain. Hannah Calawa, number 8, she's a captain. And Caitlin Ferreira, she also is a captain, all 12th graders. Westwood trying to get something going but can't. Ball across the middle. Fitzgerald is there. Nice play and a shot in, but it's going to be wide of the post. Izzy Hansen, number 19, she's a junior for Westwood. Olivia Mason, number 10, she's also a junior. Olivia Shea, number 12, she's a junior as well. And Emma Lou, number 21, she's also a junior for Westwood. And then rounding out the starting, as we said, there's Sophia Bertone is the keeper. Lindsay Bannister, number 14, she's a sophomore. And Erin Gannon, number 15, she's a freshman. So 2 freshmen starting today's game. Interesting. So Holliston pressing right now. There's Doniger again. That was number 3. That was Lauren Mulvaney. Lauren Mulvaney, also a freshman. She was the one making that run on the outside. Westwood trying to clear, can't. Kutchman's there. So is Hannah Holden. Fitzgerald takes a shoulder. Bausch is there and is able to knock it off of Erin Gannon. Holliston throw from the right side. Fitzgerald looking for Doniger. There's Mulvaney. Mulvaney can't hang on to it. Hannah Holden. Hannah Holden, nice move on the outside. Looks in, has a ball. Nice ball in. She's there! Hannah Holden finds Paige Kutchman on a one-timer. Beautiful cross by sophomore Hannah Holden. And that's Paige Kutchman there to finish it. Holliston up 1-0. I know in our boxes that we have limited visibility, but Holden was able to get that nice move to create some space, sent that ball across, and you saw the finish.
Oh, the finish was excellent. I mean, I don't understand why she wasn't marked, quite honestly, but unfortunately I didn't see where it came from. But it didn't really matter because the finish was classic. It was beautiful.
That was a beautiful ball in. Holden to Kutchman. So Kutchman puts Holliston on the board today. The score 1-0. The 13th minute. Holliston is starting off on the right foot. No pun intended. However, I believe Kutchman finished with her left foot. Great finish on one time. Really, all she had to do was stick her foot out because that ball had enough on it. And she was. And as you said, she wasn't marked.
She was in the right place.
And she was in the right place, and there was the goalkeeper wasn't close.
There's no way.
And here's Westwood inside. Fitzgerald's there, breaks it up. So that's the freshman Gannon again, making some trouble on the Holliston left side. Throw in, this is Lou. So now in the game is Lucy Mancuso. That was Lucy Mancuso. Looks like she's coming in playing in that defending mid position. Mancuso also a freshman. So we have 3 Holliston freshmen that are seeing some time today.
And there's 22 up here. I don't know what's her name.
22 is McCarran. That's Kay McCarran, also a freshman.
Another freshman. And
there's Mulvaney. This is like a tryout league game. All these freshmen.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the youth.
That's good. That really is good because it's good for the future.
Coming in the game right now is Ellie Granfors. Granfors is a sophomore, but as a freshman, she too saw a lot of time. So Granfors is one of the mainstays here on this Holliston team. Mancuso is able to run it down. Finds Kutchman, but she's out of bounds, so it's going to be a Westwood throw. Westwood Wolverines, again, in their visiting white. And that, as I said, their infamous green. It's funny, talking to Coach Joe Santos, who's the baseball coach here at Holliston High School. Coach Santos is trying to be recruited for the Holliston Senior Softball League. He's a very good, word is he's a good player, but he said he's limited is that he won't play for a team that has a green uniform or a blue uniform because it reminds him too much of the teams he coaches against here. And the shot in, and it's just wide. She got all of that. It looked like that was number 12, Olivia Shea. Olivia Shea took a shot, and it didn't look like she was going to have a space to get it up, but she did.
I think that one of the interesting things, I see that the Holliston defense coming back. Sorry, the forwards coming back to help the defense, and it was packed there. She didn't have it. She didn't have any way to move. She had any way to control the ball, the opposing player. And I think this is a very for the first game for me to see. I'm quite impressed actually.
I mean,
the way they're playing as a unit.
As we said, coming from the great soccer, we call him the godfather of soccer here in Holliston.
Well, I don't know about
that. That's a rave, especially early on in the season.
I don't know about that.
We'll pass that on. Hopefully, Coach Chadsey here's some of that. Let's look some head connection right there. And Westwood again on the attack. But as you said, they're finding their way back.
Nice.
Mulvaney. Nice turn. It's got Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald almost be able to get it from it goes down, and here comes Westwood again. Holden comes into traffic. He's still able to control it and comes away with a nice play.
This Westwood is a nice little team, actually.
Yep.
There was a really beautiful pass there inside the fullback. I mean, probably didn't notice that, but...
Kutchman back. She's able to clear it. There's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald could be one of the faster players in the league. Mulvaney may have something to say about that as she raced down. Looks like there's going to be contact. It's going to be a Holliston throw. What do you see on the Holliston attack here?
Well, I'm quite impressed actually so far. The freshman, I can't remember her name, who just went off. I think I was very impressed with the speed and the accuracy she had. And the one that's replacing her is the same. So I think it looks very healthy actually.
And as you said, Westwood, they're never a slouch team, and here they are.
Westwood's a good side. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think that.
Low ball in, gets to Lucas, and she's able to control it. Didn't get a lot on that.
Yeah.
So back down the other end, Ellie Grandfors with a shot. Unable to connect. And there's Grandfors again. And there's Doniger on the outside. Doniger has got Grandfors. Grandfors looking forward for Mulvaney. And there's Fitzgerald coming up to help. Nice play by the defender. Bausch is able to control that. Doniger's going to take a rest, and Caitlin Clark coming in, number 21. Caitlin's a junior. We talk about pace a lot. We talk about pace of these high school games, and particularly early on, especially early on in the season. They always seem like they're in such a hurry to do everything, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think that they just haven't got into it just yet. I've been a critic of Holliston over the years, with the
a complimentary critic, though.
Oh yeah. I think that they've been too defensive. They've kept four back and stuff like that, and wouldn't let some of the defensive players go up on the attack. But I see that's changed. That appears to have changed now. So I certainly hope so.
I mean, it opened things up. It makes, and again, if they're going to play with that higher pace, then it's nice to have.
Yeah, sure, you have to.
Nice to have more people up.
Yeah, you have to. And you're not. It's not the long ball anymore. It's the ability to pass, the ability to make a short pass, and the ability to be able to control it when you're under pressure.
There you go.
That's not easy.
Foot race, and Lucas is there. Kira with her left foot launches one out to midfield. And Queeley's able to clear it. So Holliston leading Westwood by a score of 1-0 in the 20th minute. Holliston doing a good job of rotating players, and this might be something that's coaches, trying to work through to try and find the right chemistry, the right formula. Ball in to lose there, and able to clear it. McDonald, nice turn. There's Mulvaney. Good turn, good ball in. Look who's there. Clark was there.
What a lovely play that was.
Nice turn, and good ball through. Defender was just able to get a piece of it.
Yeah.
Was cleared by number 24, Harper Morrison.
To take a shot.
So Holliston doing some damage again. Westwood it's not they're a stranger down in Holliston's side. It's that Holliston's defense is able to collapse and as you said, get some help from
they
from the back.
Support, and then they push up.
And they're able to clear it quickly, right? There's Bausch coming up strong. That looked like it might have been a handball, but no flag. And there's Gannon on the outside. Bausch trying to catch her and does. Ball comes back to Gannon. She shoots with the left foot. Nice play by Gannon. Good play by Bausch, and Fitzgerald coming back to help.
She got a breakaway, and she shouldn't have got a breakaway, but nonetheless she got a breakaway. And she got behind the back, but the back was fast enough and skillful enough to be able to pick her up and take the ball away from her.
That back, of course, is Lila Bausch, senior captain.
Yeah.
Center back, 3-year starter here. That's ball, and that's no foul, no call there. As Grandfors goes down hard, but a nice play in. Once again, this game is brought to you by the Holliston Hub. Another run. There's Bausch. Bausch in trouble. There's the ball out. Bausch gets a shoulder on her. Once again, shot in. Fitzgerald is there to stop it. And that looked like it hit Kutchman's hand, but again, no whistle. There's a ball through. Clark's there. Clark with a touch.
Oh, no. That's a
one
shame.
too many touches. She gets caught. See that Westwood defender.
Pass to set her on fire. And I don't
Great
know
ball
why
through.
She had the space and she had the ability to shoot it. I don't know why she had to run it in as close as she tried to. But the pass, and
one extra touch,
and that's that got her there.
But that's it, right? That's the $1 million. That's the $1 million decision, right? Take that touch. Do I take it? Do I shoot from here? Do I take the extra touch? And
You always want to get a little closer to make it a little shorter, and it
right?
screws you up.
A little bit,
time.
right? Get that goalkeeper a little bit more tense, a little bit less time to react to it.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I am so impressed with these freshmen that she's got, and the other thing that impresses me, she's playing them.
That's good. That's good stuff. So McDonald almost gets to that ball, and she's but unable to. We get some more subs coming in. Hannah Holden's coming out. McCarron's back in. Let's see who else we have out there. Sarah Williams, number 15, Sarah Williams is there. There's a ball through. And that's Grandfors. So it looks like Grandfors moving up to play the front. And McCarron will... Here's a Holliston's first corner. Clark to take the corner from the left side. Nice ball in. It's wide. Gets to McCarron's head.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Ellie.
That was good. That was a good save.
I said Ellie McCarron. It's not Ellie. That is Ellie's little sister, Kate McCarron. Kate McCarron gets a great shot on the ball, just wide of that post. Nice ball. I thought the ball was going to be long, but it got right to McCarron, who's arguably probably one of the tallest players on that field. Kate McCarron gets her head on it and she gets pace on that ball.
Oh, she did.
And it looks like it was just wide of the post, but the keeper looked like she might have been there anyway. Still, great play. Ball played back to Lucas.
That was a very nice. I'm not a great fan of corners, but what I liked about that was she kept it. She hit it to the far post, and she had someone big enough waiting for it. It was a planned move, but it was very, very well executed, and that's great.
So Westwood with some more shots, and
come on, guys.
So those of you who are listening at home, you'll often hear my broadcasting partner he will. And this is an unconscious thing. He's been doing it for as long as I've been coaching with him, is he will never stop coaching the game. So you'll hear maybe some discussions, some mumbling, maybe this or that. And that is just John Marshall coaching any soccer game that he watches. And you've watched your fair share, played in your fair share, and definitely watched and coached your fair share. There's McCarron, fights through. Queeley's there. Queeley challenging. Nice challenge by her, and it looks like there's more trouble. Again, in the midfield, as Fitzgerald comes up. Nice play with Fitzgerald. Westwood playing well in the midfield, but as is Holliston.
Holliston's smothering the midfield.
Williams is there. Bausch is there.
Really, really good.
And that goes to Clark. And again, it seems like everyone's allowed to touch the ball with their hand. This is unintentional. It was an unintentional, though it did go out, and it was a Westwood throw. So Westwood plays back, trying to get something, and it's not that they haven't had their opportunities. So this is on the outside. Bausch is there, is able to clear it, and it looks like it's going to be a Westwood throw. That was number 18, Avery Boehm. Avery Boehm, another freshman. Williams is there, and it's cleared. So up front, there's McCarron, Doniger, and Granfors. See if they could get something going here. And Kutchman playing that anchoring midfielder. Bausch challenges. Bausch is there. Fitzgerald's there. Fitzgerald on the outside. Gets around, gets turned. She's able to converge, and ball gets to Lucas. So once again, that was Olivia Mason on the outside. Gets around Fitzgerald, but Fitzgerald gets enough body on her in order to not let her get a good shot across. It does feel like Holliston's playing a little bit more downhill than Westwood is. Westwood will get into the striking zone.
Yeah.
But they just don't seem like they have enough momentum behind them.
Well, they haven't got enough players there. You can't say that they're not fluid enough, because they are, but I just think Holliston are playing a better midfield game.
And of course, that can all change with one fell swoop, right?
I'm sure it can, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a very even game, and both teams are skillful players.
Ball across, nice clear.
Right. They bring the ball under control.
There's McDonald, nice turn.
That's beautiful.
McDonald's got McCarron. There's McCarron on the outside. McCarron on the right, looks the ball in, it's got Doniger. Doniger one time, shoots.
Oh,
nice save.
That was
so Doniger just had her touch, that first touch, a little bit too hard, and the ball bounced and wasn't able to get a clean shot on it. Great ball down. It all started with Kayla McDonald's great turn and McCarron out in space. McCarron, good run, able to control it, good ball through, and just couldn't get on the other side. It was a nice save by Bertone.
That's what I call good football. And there were 3 players involved in that, and they moved half the bit. 3 of them, they took the ball halfway the length of the field with passes.
So we're going to write that one down. That's what I call good football right there.
Absolutely.
That's good football.
Good football. You won't see anything better than that anywhere.
I'll pass it. Of course, I know McDonald, Kayla McDonald, her father also in the Holliston Senior Softball League, Jay McDonald. Jay Mack, as he's affectionately known in our league. Westwood corner comes high and skips out, and there's Doniger. Let him know that his daughter was playing some good football.
Oh, both teams are. It's a very it's an interesting game. It's a nice game to watch. So
Westwood down, not panicking. Still trying to, and that's what I said. As I said, Coach Lukash, he's a seasoned, understands that it's a long game. You saw that. That was caught McDonald on the shoulder. Again, no call. Shot in.
Yeah, I think the referee must have.
McCarron took a shot from distance, but a lot of reaction time for Bertone. She was able to easily control it. So Quealy finishing off that back line. So we have Quealy, Bausch, Fitzgerald, and Mancuso, the freshman. So Holliston back, although Westwood's got they've had some looks, the back line's been able to hold thus far. There's a ball in, nice push, and the ball shot and scores!
Oh, that's a good goal. Absolutely.
One extra touch, and Westwood is on the board.
Oh yeah, they've been knocking on the door all the time. You can't send me.
Just as we said, it's about that time. And although Westwood has had plenty of some good opportunities, this time they cash in. It's Olivia Shea, junior, number 12. Olivia Shea is able to finish that. I didn't see who made the touch to pass to Shea, but that was the difference right there. So it looks like we have a timeout on the field. So Westwood ties it up in the 33rd minute. With a great finish by Olivia Shea. So Holliston and Westwood now are tied at 1 as we're approaching the closing minutes of this first half. And as you said, this is a pretty even game, and now the score is indicative of that.
Oh yeah, it is a very even game.
And so, what happened there? What happened on that last? It looked like, as you said earlier, that Westwood just didn't seem like they had enough players kind of on their offensive and on their attack.
Changed.
And at that time, they sure did. So.
Oh yeah, that changed. Yeah.
So making some adjustments. Maybe as we said, it could be a pace thing where it's easier for the Holliston players to get back early on, but then as you start to wear down, then it could be a little bit.
It's the game. I mean, Holliston could have had 3 more goals than they did. Why didn't they? Well, they just didn't.
So
these guys should have scored more often than they did, but they just didn't. It was just
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
One situation where everything came together, and they took advantage of it. I don't think it's anything to do with tiredness or anything. It's just the way the game goes, the way the game should go.
It's the way the ball bounces.
Absolutely,
yep.
It's what keeps interest in the game. You don't want to see. I don't want to come and watch a team win 10-0, even if it's my own team.
No, that's yeah. Well. Unless it's the World Cup final, and you just, there's some bonus money involved, and then it's right. Then not bad. You may get over that pretty quickly. All right, so Holliston trying to get that one back. There's McCarron on the outside. McCarron, a little push in the back, and then she's going to get called for that.
I don't know. Did they get called for that?
She did.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That'd have been the first foul of the game.
Yeah,
seems like the officials were letting them play today, but not that. I'm going to push you in the back so I can take the ball off of you. Usually generates a whistle.
Well, I think the referee's got to sleep every now and again. Had a bad night.
Let him play.
Before, maybe, I don't know.
There's McCarron on the outside. Nice turn. Nice ball in.
It's a nice ball in. Yep.
McCarron with the left foot. Good shot in. So we talked earlier about Holliston and how we've seen it quite a bit, and there's trouble. It's kerfuffle in front of the goal. It looks like that might be it.
What's he done?
I don't know.
He's given a no.
And it looks like it's going to be a penalty right outside of the box.
No, it's not in the box. No, that's a free kick outside the.
Yeah, so there's a foul called right outside the box.
It was a fair call.
And it was fair, right?
It was a fair call. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be number 19. Izzy Hansen's going to take this. Holliston trying to get a wall, but this could be trouble for Holliston if Hansen gets a hold of it. So Hansen on the free direct. Ball in, goes into the wall. Hansen comes back to her, and he will not get in. Here's McDonald. McDonald with a nice push. Down on the outside.
There you go. You didn't expect it to come that side.
Got Mulvaney on the outside.
And
Mulvaney, there's collision. And it looks like there's going to be a foul there.
Yeah, if it isn't, he definitely.
Yeah, Mulvaney.
Well done.
Mulvaney generates a yellow card, so that was a real foul.
Yeah, he was actually.
All right, so nice play once again. Kayla McDonald having the eyes in the back of her head, able to make that turn, gets that ball out in space to Mulvaney.
Well, she's done it all the time. If you've been watching, she's aced those long balls all the time.
That's not the first time. You're right. All right, so we have Hannah Holden here. Holden, direct kick, Ball's in across, trying to find somebody, and she just runs into the Westwood wall. Westwood on the way back, and Westwood can counter. Bausch. She sends it forward. Queeley's there. And played out Mancuso, but it's going to be a Westwood, looks like a Westwood throw. So as we come to the closing minutes of the first half, we're tied up at 1-1. Early goal by Paige Kutchman. Nice cross by Hannah Holden. And then the goal by Olivia Shea for Westwood, the equalizer. So, a fight on that sideline, able to keep it in, and there's McCarron's able to keep it, but McCarron just steps out. So we see Holliston. We'll see how this reaction is with Westwood getting the equalizer. Do they get sloppy and just try and send the ball down into the box, try and keep, or are they going to stay under control and still try and find their space, right? Find their space, find their good passes, and then be able to create those shots that they'd had several of them in the first half.
Well, I think that's kind of a coach issue, to be honest. She needs to sort of calm them down and keep them focused. But these kids, they played enough. They played a long time. They know how it goes.
On the text line, we just had some information saying that there's from some fans watching the show. There's a ball in. Oh, all right to Lucas. Nice play by another one of the Holliston senior softball fans, longtime great player, and one of the great Holliston athletes. I think he was an All-American, maybe All-Universe goalkeeper here in Holliston, a guy by the name of Jason Smith. Kids are great athletes here at Holliston High. He's an okay softball player. I'll say that. He's okay. He's not. Is he a first? He's a very good. He's a very, very good hockey player, and I understand that he's a very good golfer. Softball, I guess anybody can be the judge. Great to hear from you, Jason. Great to hear from you. All right, so as we're starting to wrap up, we're under 2 here, game tied, in a game where, as my partner has said, we have seen some good football. Some good football indeed in this first half. Let's see if Holliston has anything to do before we close out. Westwood pushing on that right side. Nice play. Nice play by the freshman again. It's kind of the story here. A lot of good quality play here by some of the freshmen. There's one right there. McCarron gets that ball taken off, and Westwood again. Westwood, their midfielders have done a very nice job of keeping the ball directed in the Holliston direction. Finishing up, and they were able to do it. And there's Holliston with a clear. McDonald on the outside. She's going to let that one go. Doniger. Ball goes out. Ball comes in the middle. Who's there? Karen's there. Karen in traffic. Can't get it off. There's ball in. And that's going to be it. It looks like it caught one of those Westwood defenders' hands. Lucky that was the end of the half. So at the end of the first half of play here on the Holliston Hub's first girls soccer game of the season here at Committee and Field, Holliston and Westwood are tied at 1. On behalf of the Holliston Hub, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after a short word from no sponsors. However, when we come back, we're going to come back a little earlier and talk about that sponsorship and all of the potential and possibilities that people can have to sponsor Holliston High School sports. And what better way to not only support the Holliston Hub, which brings you all of the news and information for Holliston, but it also enables you to kind of get your name out there and support all these great Holliston teams. All right, so on behalf of John Marsh, I'm John Drum. We'll be back after this. Don't go too far away. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and action has started here in the second half of Holliston versus Westwood. Holliston heading from the southeast to the northwest, and then Westwood, of course, going in the opposite direction. Game's tied 1-1. Westwood trying to attack. Holliston had an early goal by Paige Kutchman. Westwood answered by Olivia Shea. We're back here with John Marshall, as we refer to him as the godfather of Holliston softball. We were just talking, and one of the things you had mentioned about the front play for Holliston and some of those through passes that we saw that one eventually resulted in a goal, but could have had several other opportunities as well.
I thought there was the play between what we would call the striker and the support, to make it easier to understand. I think has been outstanding on the Holliston side. The passes that come from deep to the striker have been precise and controllable, and I haven't seen that for a long, long time. I'm trying to find out exactly who the players are.
We'll catch them up in a second. All right, so Holliston trying to get the ball out of their own end, and Lucas is finally able to get to it. So Holliston in a little bit of trouble there. Westwood looks like they're coming out pressing, and the Holliston defenders are able to hold off, get the ball out. Lucas sends it up the middle. So Holliston's been rotating those players out throughout the entire first half. So, players such as the Holden sisters, Anya and Hannah Holden. Another ball comes off the hand. Speaking of Anya Holden, there she is. So Anya Holden back in the game, getting some time, as Coach Chadsey had told us is going to happen, but limited time. And then, of course, Kaylee McDonald, Kate McCarron, and the other freshman, Lauren Mulvaney, all being part of that Holliston attack. So let's see if they can get something. They can put some bang in their buck if they can put another goal in the net for Holliston, if they can keep the pressure on that Westwood defense. As you've said, 100 times, 1,000 times, everything kind of, builds from the back, and if you can control the ball in that midfield and be able to distribute it and get it to those players, or get it to that space that's open, that's where you're going to have your opportunities. So Holliston on Westwood's end, throw in. There's Doniger. So you see, Coach Chadsey's trying to put together a formula. I like the subs. I like having a lot of players come in. And I'm sure in the early in the season, the fresh legs, that makes a difference, especially if they want to maintain that high pace. Ball comes in. That's Holden. And it clears out. It's going to be another Holliston throw. So Holliston's staying down there. Ball comes in. It looks like it's going to be a whistle. Ooh, that's trouble. So you had mentioned before Lucy Mancuso. So Mancuso draws that foul, and this is we're in some dangerous territory right here.
Yeah.
So senior Anya Holden going to take the free.
I'd like to see her go for goal, not right over the top.
And she does, and she sends it.
Yeah,
that's.
And she went a
little too high.
Yeah.
And that's a very easy thing to do, right? That's a very common thing. Is that you want to get pace on the ball. You want to get it over the wall,
two things.
Right?
That's right. You've got to get pace on it. You've got to get it to go over and drop down. You've got to get.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh yeah, it's very hard.
All right, so Westwood brings the ball in. Here they come. Queeley's chasing. She's able to turn it and clear it. So one of the things that you have to be careful if you're the defenders. You want to give those defenders are going to play up and are going to be part of that and participate in that attack. You got to be able to get back.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a house. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a corner. That went off ours, so it's going to be a Westwood corner. So Westwood taking a corner from the Holliston right side. And let's see how this works out. Holliston going long ball in. She's there. It's in traffic. Holden's there. And Lucas comes in behind her and says, I'll take care of that.
That was good. Yeah.
Kira Lucas, nice play. Able to smother that ball, so Holliston's out of trouble for the time being. Off the Westwood corner. Lucas kind of just missed that ball.
14.
Mancuso,
Yes,
nice turn.
That's
Looking for McCarron. McCarron pressing. McDonald's there and cleared out. So Holliston pressing forward. Mancuso with the throw in. Looking for Kutchman's got her. Kutchman into traffic, can't get through, and it gets pushed out. There's Gannon, freshman from Westwood. She sends it forward, but there's nobody there to get it except for Kira Lucas. So now things are getting a little bit more tactical as Holliston's trying to find something that's going to be able to create some creases in that Westwood defense. So it looks like everybody's spreading out a little bit more. But that's it. How many times do you see it? How many times do you see, teams that'll push down, they'll push, and they'll just have that. They'll spend so much time in the other team's end, but nothing. No clean shots.
Yep. Well, that's right.
And it's all it's all what? It's good marking, right? It's good. It's good goalkeeper play. It's good.
As long as they're playing quality football and in the right place at the right time, you just be patient.
And it's patience, right? And
it'll come.
And this is usually the time in the game where the marking can get sloppy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's especially
right.
early on in the season.
Yeah,
and
people get a little frustrated.
They do. There's a little more focus on the ball as opposed to focusing on who your mark is. And there's a ball way in, and it looked like she was trying to get Kate McCarron on the other end of that pass, but that was Doniger from long range and a little too far. It's going to be another Holliston throw.
Yeah.
Anya Holden coming out. And Lauren Mulvaney coming in for Holliston. McCarron's there. There's Mulvaney. There's Hannah Holden. Nice. And Fitzgerald coming up on the attack. So we talked about the defenders coming up. There's Claire Fitzgerald, sorry, Katie Fitzgerald. Claire Fitzgerald coming up on the outside. Pressing that attack, and nothing, though.
I think they're two very evenly matched sides, actually. As you can see, it's like from end to end.
That's what you came here for, right?
Oh yeah,
that's
sure.
why. Yeah, that's why we bought our tickets.
Yeah, definitely.
To come to this game.
Definitely.
And ball goes out. So we talked earlier about the ability for people to sponsor, or groups or companies or even individuals, as Holliston Hub is now providing sponsorship opportunities for their sports broadcasts. We're in the final phases of the pricing and exactly what you get for a sponsorship, but the bottom line is that you'll be supporting, first and foremost, you'll be supporting the Holliston Hub, which is, the Holliston Hub is, this is the news organization, and there's Holliston trying to make something out of a long ball in, but it gets cleared easily by the Westwood defenders, and does again. So you get to you sponsor Holliston Hub. You get to sponsor, which is the multimedia source, the local multimedia source led by, of course, the man standing next to me, Mr. Bruce Guilfoy, provides everything you want to know, news, interesting stuff, sports, informative programming, like perhaps if you're interested in things about legal activities or money, that type of thing. I know there's a show. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going to talk about that shortly. But there's you get to sponsor that because the Holliston Hub needs it. The Holliston Hub is it's a nonprofit organization that is funded by a number of different sources. But one of the funding requirements is that they need to raise money. So part of that is the sponsorship opportunities that people are going to have. And there's a nice collision over there, and it looks like I
don't see why that wasn't a foul, actually.
Yeah, we had two players, Clyde. I'm trying to see who it is. I think it might be Caitlin Quealy, but I'm not sure. But whoever it is, they got hit pretty hard. So a break in the action right now. Coach Chadzy's over checking it out. Looks like she might have gotten like a hard shoulder to shoulder. And it might be Ainsley Doniger. We'll see. We'll let you know as soon as we see her. But she's up and walking. Looks like she's going to be okay. All right, so as play resumes. And a Holliston drop kick. Ball gets sent into the middle, and there's that ball through. Bausch is there. He's able to get a foot on, turn it. Then the ball comes back quickly. Mancuso's there, and Mancuso and Lucas they get a little crossed up there as Mancuso sends it to Lucas. Lucas was standing right behind her. And let's see what happened. It was out of our view, but it looks like it's going to be a Holliston goal kick. And no. One referee overruled the other and said it's going to be a Westwood corner. So a Westwood corner from the Holliston left side as we are in the 54th minute. Westwood and Holliston are tied. Corner's going to be taken by, looks like it's going to be taken by number 19, Izzy Hansen. Hansen long ball, and that goes over the net. So nothing doing. So with the sponsorship opportunities, you'll get the other great part of it is you get to broadcast your business or your organization. You get to talk about it, and then you get to have guys like us talk about it. And we were saying who wouldn't want to have John Marshall reading their sponsorship opportunity to talk about their company. So,
I don't know about that. I thought there were a lot of people.
Listen, look, you're not here by accident, right? You're not here. We didn't just, it's like, listen, if you were just some American guy who played a lot of football, they're like, nah, we like the English accent. It adds, it adds to the royalty of the game.
Oh,
right?
Don't use that word.
All right, Holliston pressing. And really pressing. That was a press in the back. So foul called. That was on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin was a little overly aggressive in that Holliston attack. So it's going to be a Holliston foul, and Bausch challenges, and here comes Westwood. So Westwood up Holliston's right side. Fitzgerald is back. Nice play by Claire Fitzgerald.
Nice defensive.
I'll tell you what,
yeah,
she is solid. She's been playing a solid all game long. Now, player, even if a player gets outside of her, Fitzgerald is still able to recover and get back. And
she's strong, and she's she's always in her position. She's good when she's good, but you make her off the ball, and when she's got the ball, she's very accurate. But you can't push her around, and she's very skillful at that position.
And long ball in.
Yeah.
I mean, and what a difference. I mean, how key is that to be able to protect those corners, to protect that outside from those, from those out, some of the attacks coming down the wing. That's
you got to stop that. You got to stop that because it'll kill you.
All right, so I just got some word on the text line as Holliston starts to turn, and McCarron's there, but it looks like that ball goes out. There's a special shout out to Tom. It looks like Tom and Carol Mulvaney, or I think they're Tom and Carol, but I know that they're Lauren Mulvaney's grandparents watching from Arizona live right now. And I'm sure that they're fans of yours because, being a, as an avid soccer, aficionado. So shout out to Tom and Carol. Thanks for watching.
Oh, their granddaughter's doing great.
And there you go. And you got the endorsement from the Godfather himself. Thanks for watching. See, and this is the beauty. This is the beauty of the Holliston hub. Yep. Can reach everywhere. Arizona, 3 time zones away. So here we go. Fitzgerald sends the ball forward, looking for something in the space, and see if McDonald can run it down. McDonald gets there, but not before the Westwood defender can get there. So as we're in the 57th minute, still tied at 1. And Holliston looks like they're starting to be a little bit more organized here. There's Kutchman. Kutchman moving forward.
14.
Trying to find Mancuso.
That's the one I was. Oh, nice. Yeah.
And a score!
Excellent.
And there it is, Kaylee McDonald.
I'll tell you.
What a beautiful play.
It certainly was. And you know who made that? Was this number 14, that freshman.
So Mancuso, the freshman, gets a great ball in.
She pulled it back, which enabled the other players to whisk it across where it got scored. But if she hadn't have done that, you wouldn't have been there.
So Mancuso gets the ball across. McDonald is there to finish. Holliston takes the lead 2-1 in the 58th minute. So Holliston, and they earned that one. And you saw that coming. You saw that Holliston was pressing. They were organized on the attack. They were getting the balls that just a little bit quicker than Westwood was, and here they come again. So great finish, great ball in, great control for the freshman. This is Mancuso, the freshman.
It was, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
You can pick out all the freshmen here today that played. They played excellent. And I think that it's great they're getting their chance because at the end of the day, that's what they're here for. The kids are here to play soccer. They're not here to create some, fancy team that's going to win all kinds of trophies and make the coaches feel themselves great and all that stuff. No, it's there to enable the kids to play soccer and learn the game and enjoy it.
That's right. That's good. It's great. It's great to see. It's great to see a lot of players able to rotate in. And still look good, and that's the sign of a good team. That's a sign of a winning team.
Absolutely is.
McDonald, nice play. She goes down in the collision. Clark's there. Clark's still there. Kutchman, one too many touches. Holden plays back, and it's got Bausch. Bausch looks forward.
Huddle up.
So Holliston looks like they're playing with a little bit more purpose right now than Westwood as they take a 2-1 lead as we're in the 60th minute. A lot of soccer left. Two teams very evenly matched. Westwood has had a good number of scoring opportunities, and I'm sure that they're not out of tricks yet. Coach Lucas has got his team poised for this game, and just like in the first half when Westwood was down the goal, they didn't panic. They didn't change their style of play. So let's see what happens.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see what happens in the second half as we get closer to the end.
It's two good teams, two evenly matched teams.
So more substitutions. We have number 16, Lauren Capella, senior, coming in. Her father too, also a softball player, but he's a very good soccer player. He plays on a softball team, so technically he's a player. But the problem is with this guy, this is Tony Capella. Tony Capella, who was the president of HISA for a number of years, so did a great job, and he's either directly or indirectly responsible for the development of the players that you see on the field right now coming up through the Youth Soccer League. The Youth Soccer League, remind you, that was started back some, 150 years ago by you. By you and your partner. Not that long ago.
Well, no, we didn't start it. It was a guy, I can't remember his name now, who started it, and he was a year into it, and he just left.
So you inherited a year-old. So actually, it was an infant soccer program here, an infant youth soccer program. So that's going to get the call. So Anya Holden hits her hand, and there you're going to see it. But then once you took over that seasoned 1-year program, the rest for Holliston Youth Soccer is history. So many good players have come up through the years, and as I was saying, Tony Capella was gracious enough to run that program for a number of years. I'm not sure how many he ran it for, but a good number of years. And as I said, he was. He's directly responsible or indirectly responsible for a lot of the great soccer players that you see right now on this field. There's Holden, Anya Holden, back to form, looks forward, trying to find Capella. And ball gets popped forward. Queeley's there. Fitzgerald, she pushes up. The problem with Capella is not only is he's a very good athlete, he's a good soccer player, but he's a great drummer, and that's right. So that makes him like extra cool. But anyway, the ball goes under. There's the that's the the ball just went under that Land Rover that's over there. Lauren Capella, on the other hand, his daughter, excellent soccer player. She's a senior this year. It's been, as I've watched her play over the years. So it's great to see Lauren out there. She's playing up on the left-hand side. Another one of the steadfast players that have been in the soccer program for a long time. All right, so Holliston Preston. Looks like they may not be done. We haven't seen a good Westwood push for quite some time now. So
it's there. You can't settle down.
Bausch does a nice job of kind of holding the ball and using her body to position to keep defenders off her while still controlling the ball, and does that as a center back. So it's not like there's anybody behind her other than the goalkeeper. Ball's cleared. It's hit by Capella. Kutchman's there. Here we go. Ball forward. Queeley over the head of Fitzgerald, but she recovers as she does. It's a race. Capella's there. Capella gets a shot and scores!
Excellent.
Lauren Capella on a breakaway, 2 clean touches, and puts it in the back of the net. Wow, what a great shot. And Lauren Capella showed off her speed right there. So Holliston takes a commanding 3-1 lead in the 65th minute on a goal by senior Lauren Capella. Great shot, great ball forward, but did a good job. She had 2 defenders on her.
Yeah, she did a very good job.
2 defenders on her, and is able to control that ball and then get a great shot across.
And she moved it a couple of times to get herself in a better position to make a strike. And under the pressure she was in, that was very skillful of her. She did very well.
So now your Westwood team needs to come up with something. And here they go. Once again, nice play by Lila Bausch, but it's going to be a Westwood corner. Looks like it's going to be number 20, Madison Travers. So Travers to take the corner for Westwood, now trailing 3-1. Ball up, and again, an inefficient corner goes over the back of the net.
So also what I like is the back line of the Holliston team. And it changes in players. As some goes up, somebody fills their place, which is really, really good. But that back line, they are extremely calm, and they control the ball very well, and they don't get panicked, and they're very stalwart, and they're a solid group to have behind you. I think that what gives the halfbacks the courage to sort of move forward, because you don't see them make a silly mistake.
We haven't seen one yet. I mean, the Westwood goal was legitimate. They had numbers, but they've had their chances, and everything else, like you said, no panic as Bausch bounces it back to Lucas. The ball caught Bausch's head, but no damage done. But you're right. They stay cool. They're athletic in that they're able to use their bodies, their positioning, and they're not afraid to come up. And when they do, they'll cover for one another.
Yeah. And they pass when they have to, and if they have to take a long shot with it, they do, and they're very accurate where it goes. It's not just a blind boot or anything like that. There's always some intention there.
And that's right. That's right up there with good football.
Absolutely, good football. That's right.
So I don't know if we have our European contingent. If the UK contingent, Alan Marshall and his son Scott Marshall, Simon Johnson, if they're watching today's broadcast, if they are overseas, we're sending a quick shout out to them. They of course can appreciate some good football, and if they're watching this, they'll be seeing it.
Yeah.
Here comes a throw. Quealy wanted that. Thought that it went off the Westwood player, but it didn't. A little windy here in the box. Anya Holden goes out. Kate McCarron back in. Another day. Kutchman turns and tries to get it up. Paige Kutchman trying to find McCarron, just can't do it. So we've got Karen playing up top now. Nice ball up. And Mancuso. Mancuso is the one who was the architect of that second goal by Kaylee McDonald. So back to the sponsorship. Right? If you're interested in being part of and we're just starting this here at the Holliston. If you're being part of this inaugural sponsorship program, there'll be more information coming out. Keep your eyes peeled. It'll be on the website, HCAT TV. So be ready for that, because there'll be sponsors for all sports: football, soccer, lacrosse, basketball. So you'll be it's one of those things where everybody wins. Ball comes up. Quealy plays it. Nice job by Quealy. And that's it, right? So the ball went over her head, and she doesn't panic, and she gets back on her feet, identifies where the ball is, able to find it, and
ready to take it on again,
and still maintain position.
That's right.
There you go. That makes a difference. Tough pass to handle by Kutchman, a little too hard. And here comes Westwood. Nice ball through. There's a shot. She had the opportunity there.
Yes, she did.
So,
but it was, she didn't have a lot. There was no support there for her.
So Lou put the ball through, and Hansen was there, and Hansen just wasn't able to get it under control enough to get a shot off before it pushed past Kira Lucas. Claire Fitzgerald again breaking that up. Lucy Mancuso again breaking that up. Lila Bausch again breaking that up. So there you go. So Holliston's playing fast, they're playing physical, but at the same time they're playing under control. So and it's shown, and it's reflected in the score right now. Holliston with a commanding 3-1 lead. There's a ball in Fitzgerald, and she is going to, and then there's no foul called.
No.
It could have gone either way. McCarron looked like she might have been offsides, but we'll find out. Doniger on the outside gets the ball across.
No.
That was close.
Yeah, no.
So McCarron might have been just on something. That play back just prior to that with Claire Fitzgerald, that could have easily been a foul. Could have been called just outside the 18.
Yeah. I don't see
the whole game. The referees aren't giving anything. Not the cheap ones. So as we said earlier, today's broadcast is brought to you by, and this is a free sponsorship sponsored by the Holliston Senior Softball League, led by Derek Corden, who is, of course, he is the chairperson of our softball league, and Holliston Senior Fall Softball starting this Sunday at Stoddard Park. If anybody is around, they can watch some games early in the morning. A lot of senior softball parents of players on this team. We talked about it in the broadcast. So imagine that. Imagine having their sponsorship. They talk about you just like that. Get your name on here. And the ball through. Too hard.
That'd be an excellent ball through. A little too heavy.
One thing we've seen is Kate McCarron can hit the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And it's offside?
Hitting the ball with both feet. So
I don't know about that. I thought offside was for when the ball was kicked.
Yeah, it looks like it was an offside call. So it looks like it was.
To me, I don't understand where he got offside from there.
So what did you see? You thought he was...
Well, to me, offside was when the ball is where you are when the ball is kicked, not halfway through the game. Maybe he saw something I didn't see. I don't know.
Impossible, right? Because we're up here in this wooden box. How can we not see everything? although unfortunately, by the way our position is, for those of you who can't see us, we have a little tough time seeing this.
There's a blind
on the southwestern corner. We have to stretch out, which is unfortunate. A lot of action happens on there.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've seen plenty of balls come out of that corner and not have any idea who sent them in and resulted in goals. So sometimes you have to move around up here a little bit more than you'd like to.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Holliston in command. We're in the 74th minute as we're starting.
No.
This game's coming to a close. There's Lauren Capella. She's there, gets her body on. Lauren Capella, of course, had her first goal of the season early in a breakaway. 2 nice touches and a blast to the back of the net. So Holliston in command here right now. And Holliston taking the corner. Ball in. It's cleared by Westwood. Doniger's there. Nope. Who's that? Long ball in, and it just goes to the... And there's Capella again. And Capella finishes again. So a long ball in, and the keeper...
Is he going to allow that?
Bertone kind of lost that ball in the air, tried to control it, but hit the post, hit the crossbar, and it bounced in front of the net. Capella was there, and Capella's there to finish for their second goal of the game. Holliston takes a 4-1 lead.
This is very good.
It looked like good. That might have been Fitzgerald who sent the ball. And Capella's coming off. That's the Golden Boot Award today for Lauren Capella. So Capella with 2 finishes today. It looked like it might have been Claire Fitzgerald who sent that ball in deep from the outside. There's a ball across.
Oh, she's got it.
Lucas is there. All right, in the 75th minute.
That was pretty good. I don't know. I had my doubts if she wasn't fouled, but.
Ball up, and it's wide. So good push, but just wide of the post.
Nice, yeah.
Well, one of the things that you see, at this level is oftentimes the keepers, because they're not 6'5",
yeah,
right? So those big lob balls in are tricky.
Oh,
right?
They're tough. They really are.
They're tricky,
yeah.
and they're tough to judge. And then, you have players hanging on you. So, Bertone. She was there, but there was just too. It was. Yeah. She wasn't able to control it, and I think she may have hit her hand on because it hit the crossbar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think she may have jammed her hand on the crossbar. So coming down, she wasn't able to get a good handle on the ball. And Capella was there. There was another defender that was there.
Yeah.
She had fallen. I didn't see who that was, but then there's Capella, and Capella was there to finish it up. Holliston still coming. Holliston with a 4-1 lead now, and we're at under 5 to play. Foul called. The other sponsorship for today's game is the Holliston Hub's very own TV show, Money in the Law, starring Jay Marsden from the Marsden Law Group and John Drone. Wait, that's me. What we're doing is we're just practicing right now. We're rehearsing for what these sponsorships are going to be like. I have the director of the Holliston Hub right next to me. I know he's making some mental notes.
Interesting to see what develops there.
Here comes McCarron. McCarron on a break. She gets a step. Shoots. Great save by Bertone.
What a shame.
Oh, no. Oh, McCarron had a great run. Had a great strike, and Bertone was there.
You got to give credit to the goalkeeper for that. She picked it. But the interesting thing was that goal ran a good quarter of the field, maybe more. I don't know who it was.
McCarron.
Sorry?
was Kate McCarron.
Okay.
Freshman Kate
But
McCarron.
she was running with the ball, and that ball didn't move more than 6 inches from the end of her toe. Now, that is a skill that very few people have.
That's a Cristiano Ronaldo skill.
Oh, it certainly is. That was very, very good.
So McCarron with a beautiful run through defenders, able to get a great clean shot, and Bertone, the keeper for Westwood, she just made a great play.
She did.
And
give her all credit for that.
There's some hard luck for McCarron, but those are the goals that you're not supposed to get when the keeper makes a play like that. And McCarron's going to come off, and it looks like Capella's coming back on. I think she needs a hat trick. So as we're winding down here, Holliston leads Westwood 4-1, and an impressive game today, especially an impressive second half for Holliston. And they seem like they were just playing in a different gear than Westwood was for this second half.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And again, like we said, they're both skilled teams, both players well coached, but Holliston just seemed like they had a bit more intensity and across the board. Kutchman, nice play.
Oh.
Tries to find Mulvaney. Mulvaney pushes it out. As we're winding down. Westwood trying to get something back on the board. Clearly he's not going to let that happen. Westwood throw from the Holliston left side. There's Bausch. Solid game by the back four. The one goal in the first half. And nope, it's going to be a Westwood throw. Bausch gets a foot on a nice play, and there's McDonald. McDonald, she wants it, but she can't.
Oh, that was a nice little pass. I'd like. Still got it.
Capella, nice ball in. There's McDonald. McDonald, same look.
There she is. Mulvaney again. Look.
Mulvaney, nice play on the outside. Nice footwork. There's Mulvaney.
Look how close that ball stays to her foot.
Mulvaney, left foot.
Oh,
goes in.
Oh, I'd like.
Bertone's there. It may have been a whistle.
How that wasn't a goal, I don't understand. But precisely the same thing. She was under a lot of pressure. There were people all around her trying to take the ball off her, and it never moved more than 2 or 3 inches away from the end of her toe. All the time she was going.
So Holliston showing some great individual skills. Great individual skills today.
That is right.
And that'll do it.
That's it. Well done. I am impressed.
So Holliston with a commanding second half, 3 unanswered goals in the second half. Holliston's able to defeat the Westwood Wolverines today by a score of 4-1. Thank you once again for joining us on behalf of the Holliston Hub and Director Bruce Guilfoy, my partner, the godfather of soccer, John Marshall. I'm John Drohan. We'll see everybody next time on Holliston Girls Varsity Soccer. Thanks for joining us.